Hey guys, welcome back to the Link's Awakening walkthrough. This is part C of chapter 9, and we just got heart piece number 12 after heading out. So yes, just like in the last game, A Link to the Past, the last heart piece is in the Turtle Rock dungeon. Who'da thunk? Alright. Anyways, you want to head right from here and activate this portal. You'll have to keep falling into the other portals, and this portal's not very useful, but if you want to leave halfway through the dungeon, because the dungeon is probably the longest dungeon in the game, you can go and pick something up, like the bow and arrow, if you finally have enough money for it. And then you can get back pretty easily, so it's kind of like a little halfway point of the dungeon. Anyways, from the warp portal, you want to head right and then head back inside. As you can see, we filled out pretty much most of the map now of Coaland Island. Now we're on the top ledge. Once you head back in, we're on the top ledge of the Dodongo Snake's room. And these Dodongo Snakes can be very annoying to get from the top. It's much better to throw it directly into their mouth if you can, otherwise a good trick is you can hold the bomb and then throw it against the right wall if you're running out of time, and then pick it up because the timer resets. And I swear I got it that time. Anyways, once you get, it takes 3 bombs for them to go kaput. And I cut out a little bit of it because the last guy just was not cooperating. But that's always fine. You'll see the cut. Yep, right there. Because it took quite a while for me to actually get one in this guy's mouth. And finally, once they're defeated, you can open the chest for a small key. Now, you should have 3 small keys at this point, I do believe. Yes, you should have 3 small keys at this point. And you want to play Manbo's Mambo. Now that we are back at the beginning of the dungeon, we want to go up 2, again you can just skip the wire in this room, and then head right. You want to push the block up 1 and then all the way to the right and head right a screen on that little path. In this room, you can see that there is a bombed wall, and that's where we bombed for the switch earlier. So you want to head left, or right, and then hit the switch, and then head back left. We'll be using that later on in the dungeon. So, now we want to head up the steps, and then hop off, then head back left, and back left again. Now again you want to head up and then right, and this time you want to push the block up, right 2, and then up all the way. Then you want to follow the path, push the block into the lava, and head up again. Now back at this place, we want to head right 2 screens and then up through the one-way door and then left 3 screens. In this room you want to head up the stairs and then use one of your keys on the locked block. and then head right a screen. In this room, you want to pull out your hookshot and hookshot over to the locked block on the other side of the room. Use your key on the locked block, and then head down the stairs. Down here, you want to make your way across the lava via the moving platform, and watch out for the block in the middle. You'll have to jump over that. It can be a little tricky, but shouldn't give you too much problems. Once you resurface, you want to head down to take on the dungeon mini-boss, Blano, who is a boxer that will try to hit you. He can be quite difficult, and I admit, on the first time, he sent me back to the beginning of the dungeon, because he has an attack that will wind up and send you back to the beginning of the dungeon. Luckily, he only takes 2 or 3 hits if you have the sword upgrade and the red tunic. The best strategy is to charge up your sword and then jump at him with the Rock's Feather. Anyways, you want to head up a screen and make sure the blocks are down from before, because we hit this crystal. Open the treasure chest for the dungeon item, the magic rod, which will shoot fire out of it. It's very nice, and you won't have to use your magic powder to light torches anymore. Now you want to play Mambo's Mambo, because we still have one more key because we didn't open the locked door before. We won't be getting every chest in the dungeon, but this is the fastest route through the dungeon. The other chests contain basically just rupees that we are in no need of. So now all we have to do is grab the nightmare key and head to the dungeon boss. So from the entrance of the dungeon, we want to head up 2 and then go right. Now we want to push the block to get to the staircase on the bottom right. So push it up, push it over to the staircase, and then push it down. Now that we have the magic rod, we can burn through these ice sculptures. The puzzles actually get pretty cool with these later. But for now it's pretty minimal. Don't do what I just did there and burn the bottom row. You want to burn the top row and then jump on the bottom row to get to the top part. Again, don't do what I did there. Now you want to head down and use your last key on this door to go left. And again, we're fighting another mini-boss that we have seen earlier. This is Cue Ball. I recommend having your Rock's Feather and your sword and just jumping over him and slashing him. It's probably the easiest way to do things, and he will go down in 2 hits if you have the red tunic and the level 2 sword. After you defeated him, you can head up, and now we get to the hardest block puzzle. I'll give you the directions, but it's easier just to watch what I do in the video. You want to push the block up 3, right 2, down, right, up, right 2, down 3, left, up, left, down, left, up, left, down 2, and right 5. Then you want to open the treasure chest for the Nightmare's key. After that, you can go down and right 2 screens, and then down 2 screens from there. now we are ready to head on to the boss of the dungeon. So that's pretty nice. Usually this dungeon can be very difficult to get through. In this room you can push all the blocks into the lava and then head right a screen. At this part you don't have to push all the blocks into the lava, but I was just demonstrating that you can push all of them into the lava. In this room you just want to continue and head right. And then head down a screen from here. Then you can push the block into the lava, jump over the gap, and then push the next block into the lava, and then head right. In here you want to climb up the steps, jump off the ledge, and head up the stairs. There's a nice little puzzle here. What you want to do is use your magic rod to get to the far left side of the screen without burning all of the icicles, as I do in the video. You want to burn the far left icicles. I'm just going to call them icicles or ice blocks. And then once you've got it in this position, you want to try to fall and hit that last ice block without hitting any of the other ones. Once you've got that, you want to head up and you can fall through for another little ice puzzle. This one you want to burn all of the ice blocks on the bottom row, and then you want to go to the middle block, or the one right from the middle block, and burn all of the blocks up from there. Then you can jump across and get to where you need to go. Once you get through this area, we are right at the boss door, so you can just head up to take on the boss Hothead. What I recommend having out for this boss is the Rock's Feather and the Magic Rod, because you can only harm him with the Magic Rod. Hothead will come out of the lava, and you want to hit him as many times as you can with the Magic Rod. Once you hit him once, he'll go all the way around the room. When he splashes in the lava, the lava splashes will actually do 4 hearts of damage. Once you hit him enough, his shell will crack and he'll reveal his true self. Just keep hitting him with the magic rod and it won't take long before you defeat him. He's not very hard for a final dungeon boss. However, he is not the final boss of the game, which we'll be taking on in the next and final chapter of the Link's Awakening walkthrough. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you guys for Chapter 10, the final chapter of the game.